I'm not kidding when I say I just spent the last 20 minutes looking for a darning needle. This will not work because it's not sharp enough. And then at the last thing, I thought, well, geez, I got another one. This one's not sharp enough either. What is going on? Maybe I just threw the wrong one. They're both dull, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get them. No, through the fabric. That's not going to happen. So I got to keep searching, folks. What are we doing here? What's going on? Is that an ad? Oh, for God's sakes. Alrighty. Now let's pull up the chat. Hey, yeah, problem is I don't have a darning needle. So I have to keep looking through every little bit and piece I have, because the last time I used that darning needle was when I was working on Bubba's Christmas quilt. And oh, thank you, God. It was under the box on the floor. Oh. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Okay, so what we got going on here, let's put this back in the bag with the other one, and I'll figure out how to do that. Now, this would be perfect with green or yellow or even orange, but all I have is browns and reds, and I thought gray would be a nice neutral, because gray and green go really well together. Hey, hey, hey! All right, now I'm going to thread my needle. Whoa! I hate it when they do that. Okay. All righty, and then my kettle is boiling. I'm going to go get my cup of tea, okay? Hey, hey, hey! Now, I do believe I'm going to make these single thickness. Let's just make sure now. Oh, yeah, this is, I hate going through quilts, even thin ones. All right, I'm going to go get my cup of tea, and then we will quilt. Do you see Gracie over there? You can't see her. She's right there on the back. You can just see her back on the back of the couch. All right, let me get a cup of tea and I'll be right back. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get my tea ready. I was too busy looking for a darning needle. Give a moment, baby. Did you eat your nums? Tea. That's what I'm after. Tea. Oh. All right, next. Oh, my knee. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Oh, my teeth. Cheese and crackers, Beth. I can barely walk, folks. I want to talk to the doctor about getting me some injections in my knees, because I can barely walk. Okay, now. Sorry, folks. I don't mean to make noises. But if someone stabs you, you say ouch. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay. Now. Oh. Oh. Okay, now. Gotta get on my finger condoms. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Tony. Hi, Silver and Blackie. Minnesota Farmer's Wife Julie. Corey, Seashell. Tony Nicole. Michelle. Shandy. Would it be possible to commission a quilt? I am a soldier in the Middle East and the blankets are poor quality and very expensive. Amazon isn't much better. Shandy, Seashell, can you put up my email address? The best I could probably do is a tied quilt like this. I can't. I've got too many projects on the go. And why did I do that? I was supposed to go on my thumb. But yeah, single thickness is going to be it. But we can talk about it. I mean, as long as it's not anything too, too detailed or too intricate. I might be able to do just a simple tied quilt like this. But, I have a lot on the books here going on. All right, now I'm going to make sure that I get this is where my binding's going to be, okay? So I want to get close to the binding. This is really hard on the hands. I'd use pliers, except for the fact that would mark my needle, and then it would make it harder for it to go through the fabric. I've had to use pliers once, and that's when I told Howie I wasn't recovering his quilt again. So, yeah, gray, you can hardly even see it, eh? Okay. Center. Well, let's get down here at the bottom. Make sure this one's on here. Oh, honey, pain is an everyday thing with me. Okay? And why are you sorry? You didn't cause my pain. And trust me, if the good Lord brought me to it, he'll bring me through it. I gotta get this. Now, when you're tying quilts, I actually bought a lot of the yellow and Pooh Bear material for my cousin Mary Jane. Because her dad's nickname for her was Pooh Bear. But I just have not had. I have to do this. This is my purge thing. I have to get things in order, or I'm not going to be able to do anything. I've got my laptop is right there. So now, can you guys see okay? Pen, hey, darling. Okay, honey. And you might be surprised, depending on where it needs to be shipped to. A tied quilt is not going to be cheap just because it's tied. Right? Okay, here. Yep. I'm going to be hopefully doing this today and tomorrow, and then getting the binding together. As you can see, there is a few puckers here because I cut my fabric really. I didn't do a lot of rulers and measuring and stuff like that, right? How are you? How's Pen today? Oh, shoot. Oh. And then when all of this is tied, I will trim all this, roll it up and pin it. And then I will be sitting in my chair, invisible stitching the border all the way around. Now, when you're doing a tied quilt, it is important to remember certain things. Stress on the seams, stress on the corners. So before you just start putting things in here, you really should always, I hope I don't drop this laptop. You should always reinforce the corners. You know why this is so hard to go through? The sheet on the back of Breyer's quilt is a really high thread count. Hey, Colin, how are you? How's your trees coming? I haven't looked at your pictures yet, Corey. So make sure you do all your corners. Put one in the center, yes. Just to kind of place the block. Oh, it's getting hot. I'm going to open this window here a little bit behind me, because the wood stove's only 3 feet away. And it's hot. And remember, I've just had to remind myself, try not to tie your knots too tight, because that also puts stress on your layers. Hey, Montgomery, how's it going? Potted lemon, lime, and papaya. So why don't you just plant them in the ground, darling? Why are you putting them in pots, is what I want to know. See, you can hardly tell with the gray. Oh. Our Meyer's lemons were so fragrant, and it's perfect for the papaya. I love papaya with lemon. You know what's also good with lemon? Watermelon. If you're new here, it's soon going to be watermelon season for me. I'm on the last of my citrus season. And then I'll tell you. They're small, and I can move them to garage if it freezes until they're big enough to put in the ground. Okay, that makes sense, Corey. That's good thinking. Good thinking, love. These ones that look like cartoons, there's a tractor, and one of them's got a scarecrow and bean patches, and so we're going to call these patches Granny's Garden. Oh, my goodness. Don't you take off on me. Actually, somebody, you know, folks, if I ever mention that somebody sent me something and I can't remember who it was, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. Somebody sent me a bag full of finger cots. And yeah, that's what gives me the grip. Where is the end of this yarn? Come here! We're having chicken and rice for supper tonight. No, it is not a video. Okay. Now you go over there until I need you. Yep. Yep. And if I didn't, a nice thick piece of rubber from a rubber band, you can put the needle through and then just grab it with the rubber band. But these finger cots are amazing, for sure. If I complete everything I intend to complete before I die, I will probably have about 8 quilts completed between now and then. That's what I'm shooting for. I start at the bottom. I start at the bottom. I put it on and roll it, and then I put it on the back, and then I roll it all the way back. This does not make for good, easy tying, though, for gripping yarn. All right, Pen. Take it easy, honey. The center of the seam. So I'm going to say in the center of each seam on your block. And then at each corner, and then one in the center. Ooh, that's cold air coming in. Shut you down just a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's better, keeping my index finger without a caught on it. Urgh. I'm your last new quilt. Touch-ups for other people, okay. I'm not worried about waiting. I got time, right, Bev? Yes, yes, you do. But don't start putting in orders. I'm telling you. A simple tied quilt with shipping, depending on where it's going, these days, it's going to be cheap. Do you remember somebody spending $17 on one square of fabric to send me? So that's what you got to think about, folks. Who knows? Maybe I'll give one away on in a draw. Who knows? Oop, don't break that. My request, a weed one? Oh my God, Corey. Do you know how difficult that would be? Not difficult, but time consuming. And I've got 5 quilts in different stages of production. But it would be something to think about, wouldn't it? Now, make sure it goes all the way through the layers. Ugh. Yep. Hey, Brenda. And trust me, Corey, if I went through the trouble of making a weed quilt, a marijuana quilt, it'd be hanging on the wall in my studio. Honestly. Arthur said, I said to him, oh, I showed him the pictures of Bubba's Easter quilt. And he goes, that boy's going to have more quilts than me. And I said, well, And if anybody is a fan of the movie Overboard, you're going to recognize it this line when I say to him, Arthur, when you have the baby, you're not going to be the baby anymore. Okay. So 1 on each corner of your block, 1 in each seam, and then 1 in the center. And that kind of anchors all and anchors up all your weak points. Now, get these safety pins off. This is how I used to keep diaper pins. Always kept spare diaper pins pinned to my shirt. Alrighty, let's move the tablet down, or this down a little bit. Then we'll move down here. Whoops, a little bit. There, can you see okay? All right, folks. I'm going to turn my back for a minute. I'll be with you in a second. Oh, honey. These quilts are fast quilts. And I'm going to do as many as I can. I'm hoping to get at least 5 tied quilts done. 5 tied quilts. And this is, and then, summer's coming, right? Whoops, I tied that a little too tight. If you tie your knot too tight, just stick your finger underneath and push and wiggle it, and it loosens that. What you doing, Dudu? You comfy to eat your numbs? You need to eat your numbs. Oh, I phoned the vet, folks. And yes, they are renewing Gracie's prescription for her pain meds. And I told them, I said, nothing more is going to be done. We are keeping her comfortable. And they said, no problem. No problem. Have you ever used quilting safety pins that are curved? Some of them, yeah. I have. This is one of them. I can never find them. I like big safety pins too. I got my finger going underneath, pushing on the darning needle. Also, if you tie them too tight and you have a big stitch, it will pucker. And you don't want it to pucker. You just want it to hold together, Okay, Laura, Sybil. And when I come home, there's also the fact that I have 3 quilts. One's Arthur's, one's Briar's, and one's my nephew Mikey's, that have to be recovered. Because apparently when I make quilts, I'm the person who also repairs them. So, Get up there. Push. There we go. Well, if you're just gonna do squares, then you want the fabric to be pleasing, right? I got one quilt I'll probably go. Does anybody like the color orange? Because I got a lot of orange that I gotta use up. Okay. And down there. It's gonna take me a minute, folks, to roll this because I'm gonna have to move the laptop and all this fun stuff. Put this down here for a minute. Ooh, almost tied that a little too tight. No, it loosened up good. Go TN Vols Big Orange. I don't know what that means. Hey, Kay, how's it going? I'm also doing these quilts and getting everything done and because I have rheumatoid arthritis in the bases of my thumbs and they don't enjoy this kind of work. So quilting keeps my hands limber. Your team is orange. The Tennessee Vols. Hang on a second. I missed something about Sybil here. Having a hard time with the loss of my son. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. I can only imagine how horrific. I can only imagine because that's something I don't think I could ever manage. Is if anything happened to my kids or my grandkids or, I just gotta hope they all outlive me, including Howard. Okay, we're almost at the stage of turning this. A few more ties. Nothing worse than losing somebody you love. But there's something unnatural about a parent losing their child. You know what I mean? That's just unnatural, if you ask me. And that's just horrible, I still have a lot of children's fabric too. Oh. Hey, Garnett, how's it going? Highlander? Who's a Highlander? Okay. Now, oops. This safety pin. This is the kind of pin she was talking about. See how they're curved? Let me get me out of the way so you can see. See how they're curved? Okay. Now, oof. Right there. My texting isn't good. Highlander, I was trying to say hello. Oh my goodness. Has anybody noticed, you know how everybody got used to doing voice text, right? Do you ever notice now that when you want to say something and it'll auto-correct you deliberately against, for instance, if I say jab, it always comes out on voice type, comes out job, job, job. I have to manually correct it, no matter how I pronounce it. Trust me, censorship is alive and well on the internet. We did lizards, Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, pigs, rocking horses, rainbows, scarecrows, tigers, teddy bears. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to do the one in the center. Ow, ow, ow. Please don't pull all the way through. There, thank you. Okay, put my needle down here. Take these finger cots off because I've ripped them anyway. Okay. Get this safety pin out. Put my scissors down. Now I have to, oh, this is not going to be easy. Okay. I'm going to put the laptop on the top of my chair. My power chair. Whoops. No, nope, can't do that. Don't be doing that. Oh, that's not going to work either. Give me a second. I got to unplug this. Put it up here. Now, I have to unlock this here and here. And then I'm going to roll. Oh, no, okay. I'm not going to unlock it there. Okay. I'm going to roll this. Yeah, I have to unlock it a little bit. Oops. Okay. Now I re-roll that back up, lock it, and then I tighten. Whoops. Now we work on the next one. There we go. Wait a second. I have to plug this back in. Oh! Move my laptop back. Oi! So I could see it. Plug the laptop back in so I don't lose my battery. Oi! Okay, we're back. Oi! Start. Over here. How's that? You guys can see okay? We've been dancing with the devil for way too long. You're making, what's a sauerkraut salad? I'm not going to make sauerkraut anymore. Howie doesn't like it. But I found out that I should rinse it before I make it with sausages in the crock pot, you know? There's a scarecrow. Oh. I just got my needles for my insulin pen. Went from 30 to 57 in 6 months. Wow. Yeah, and don't bother buying it online either, because a lot of places they water it down. Okie dokie. Tweedle, tweedle, tweedle-dee. No, Silver and Blackie, I'm not selling anything. I'm not. No, I am purging my fabric, cleaning up my linen cupboard for mismatched flat sheets and odd blankets. And I am just purging, and I'm making quilts as I go along. So it's not a purge that can happen right away or overnight. You know what I mean? So a lot, if it's not gardening or canning, it's going to be quilting or cooking. That's it from now on for a long time, folks. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of these videos of me sitting at this quilt frame or making a new quilt. But I'll tell you one thing's for sure. On Friday, I make my very last truck payment. Celebrate good times. Come on. It's been a long slog, but we're halfway. We're halfway to my goal. And the sooner things get paid off, the faster things get paid off. Because what happens is now that the car is paid off, truck will be paid off on Friday. Those two payments are not free anymore. They're going to be put together, and then I'm doubling my loan payments. And when my loan's done in 2 years, I'm doubling my mortgage payments, and bing, bang, da boom. By the time I am 67, I'm shooting for 65, but by the time I'm 67, I'm hoping to be debt-free. And you know what's really sad, folks? There's no such thing as death-free. Oh yeah, we might have to do Freaky Friday instead of Sassy Saturday this week. We'll see. Come on, you. What are you doing? Come on. Thank you. So, my loan will be paid off in 2 years. If I can make double payments. Then, that money goes directly onto my mortgage payments. I would have liked to have been debt-free a lot younger. But here's the deal, folks. Nobody's ever really debt-free. I know I'm a homeowner, Corey. I know. Trust me. Howie had to fix a leak in the basement ceiling. I'm not counting my chickens. I'm saying that I've set out what I set out to do. I paid off the credit counseling loan. I paid that off by making extra payments. I've now paid off the car. The truck will be paid off on Friday. All I got left is the motorhome, the mortgage, and a loan. So I've cut my debt in half. And I'm still going to be paying out the same amount. Why? Because I want to get everything sewn up. So if something goes wrong, right? However, that's the plan. I wanted to be paid off by 2025. But that just, shit happened, right? It's just one of those things. Dixmo. Can you block him, Seashell? Hang on. I've seen Gixmo before. We've had problems with Gixmo before. Bots that like to disrupt. You know what I meant to do? I meant to put Briar's quilt back with the back because you can actually see Briar's quilt through it, but I'm kind of glad you can. Yeah. I think I left out ingredients, but please look up the recipe. This is good, delicious, healthy salad. The rust raised the renter's insurance up $210 for no reason at all. They just raised the renter's insurance. Well, I'll tell you something. When our debts are paid, I'm going to be knocking down insurance. Like, as soon as the truck's paid, I'm going to be looking at that insurance. Because we've got the truck, the motorhome, and the car. And that's, plus their license plates, that's like $600 a month with their license plates and the insurance for those 3 vehicles. And it's $500 a month for my house insurance. So when things are paid off, I'm going to be going through my insurance and knocking some of it down. Oh. I wish I had a more slender needle. A darning needle. Goodness. No, it's not a Disney song, Silver and Blackie. If I can help it, I don't do Disney. And yes, I boycotted Disney after buying this Winnie the Pooh fabric. No, Tweedledee is from a movie called Uncle Buck with John Candy. It was something he was singing to when he was making breakfast one morning. He was listening to a radio. WKPP, I don't have to go to work today. Tweedle-lat, tweedle-lat, tweedle-dee. Of course not. It's a race car. How could you insure a race car? Do you know what that would cost? I'm as happy as can be. Jiminy Cricket, Jiminy Jack, you make my heart go clickety-clack. Tweedle-lat, tweedle-lat, tweedle-dee. Tweedly-do, tweedly-do. See, these are not perfect. Look at, they're puckered. This was really put together really fast because I wanted to test out the sewing machine. But there's puckers and everything. Who cares? In the overall of that. No, it's not. And somebody would have to be stupid to try and steal my race car or Howie's race car. You know why? They'd have to be stupid because they'd have to hook it up to the trailer. They'd have to come and hook up to the trailer and then pull it away. Pretty sure. And I'm telling you, if they tried to drive it away, forget about it. I'd wakes up the whole neighborhood. Ah, Scheisenheimer. Frig. Oh. Now, if you take a really good look at how thin she is. That's her backbone sticking up. Hang on a second. But you know, we are just Koichi-yams. We're just letting her be, you know, just letting her be. We're giving her love, giving her, you know, giving her love, giving her pain meds, and feeding her to the, you know, the best food we can possibly get. So far, it's the only food we can get her to eat. So, and that is, yesterday she ate food from the day before. Go eat your yums. Go eat your yums, old girl. Howie tells her, get up on the couch and lay down with Dad. She just looks at him, and then she looks at me, and I'll say, get up on the couch with Dad. She'll get up on the couch. Like, it's like she won't listen to anybody but me. Gracie, get up and lay down, baby. You want to lay down in your bed? Mommy put the blanket on it for you. Look at that face. Come on, lay down. You going to get on the couch or in your bed? Gracie, get comfortable. Up on the couch. Get up there. Get up there. You can do it. Atta girl. Try and get comfortable. See what I mean? So we are just about done here for today because I have to go and start dinner. And yes, I'm still going to be working on the star quilt. But this is, I'm taking a rest from it until this one is done. Could you lay down, baby? Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Lay down. She's skin and bones. But she's had a drink of water today. She ate a little bit of her food that I cooked for her this morning. I don't cook it all the way through. I cook it kind of medium rare. And then it cooks as it sits in the pot, like once I turn the heat off. And she gets a warm meal. You know? Oh. Let's move down a little bit here. Yeah, I appreciate the prayers for Gracie. I really do. Oh, shice. Shice. There we go. Get you over there. I do not want to drop this laptop. It ain't the greatest laptop in the world, but it's the only one I got. She's going to get up on the back of the couch now. Get up on the back of the couch. Oh, mommy baby. I love you. Yes, I do. Your mama baby do. Oh, you should have seen us all getting up last night after watching TV. I get to the edge of my power lift chair. Howie sits on the edge. Howie stands up and stretches. Gracie gets off the couch because she knows it's time to go pee. And we all just stand there kind of hung out for about 5 minutes looking at each other going, really sucks to get old, doesn't it? The three gimpy amigos. Get up and lay down, baby. Get the weight off your hips. Oh. Yep, she is. Mama baby. Please lay down, Gracie. Please. It's making me uncomfortable to watch you stand there. Thank you. Did you see that? And so Howie's like, he'd say to her, you got to go P-E-E and, or, you know, go O-U-T. And she'd stand there and look at him. And he'd say, oh, you got to wait for mommy. And then I'd tell her, go with daddy, go with daddy, go BB. And he goes, why is she only listening to you? And I said, because, you know, I'm the one that she sleeps with. I'm the one that cooks her food. I'm the one that shoves pills down her throat. I'm the one who tucks her in every night. She has her own blankets and pillows on my bed. I mean, she's listening to me because she's trusting. It's not that she doesn't trust Howie, but she's trusting that I'm doing everything I can for her, right? And they celebrate, come on. Well, you know me. How you doing, Renita? So yes, I'm going to be doing some star quilts, and see, between the star quilt, the grandmother's flower garden quilt, and purging, like I'm not going to be able to switch rooms until I'm done just about done purging. So when this is done, I'm actually not going to be sitting here making a lot of quilts. I'm going to be sitting at the sewing machine making quilt top out. Like I'm going to be cutting out fabrics for a quilt. And then I'm going to put a pile. And then I'm going to cut out another pile. And then I'm going to sit there and I'm going to sew and I'm going to sew and I'm going to sew till I get a bunch of quilt tops. And then one day we're just going to sit here. Where you going? What, baby girl? Go lay down. Or are you going to go have something to eat? Go get your nums. Oh, I'm just really grateful that the vet's office is giving us more gabapentin for. Go eat. Her back legs are just shaking with effort. Go eat some nums. Go on, go eat your nums. How are you going to maintain your muscle mass? You're already losing it. Go eat some nums. Go on, go eat your nums. Go on. Mommy said, go eat your nums. Go eat your nums. You heard me. Don't stop halfway between the dishwasher and the food bowl. Eat your nums. And I have to get her, when she's on the couch too much, I have to get her up. Or she'll just, you know, she won't be able to walk. Like, trust me as a chronic pain sufferer to know, eat your nums. Jason Madu. Go eat your nums. Oh, you're bad. No, she said, I'm not even going to speak to you. She went down the hall, which means she's probably going and getting on the bed. So, no, she doesn't want me to go with her. She went out. While she was out, sat out in the sun while I did my live reading, and then she came in. She didn't want me to go with her, but, well, I'm sure she would, you know, but she comes to me and looks at me because she knows I understand what she's asking. I have a language. All right, what time is it, guys? I can't see the clock from here. Oh my God, it's after 4 and I'm making chicken and rice. I better get started. I'm going to finish this right here. Well, there's gray in the wolves. And there's gray in some of the greens. Like a moss green. So I think this gray is going to be just so. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job for the summer. All right, folks. Let me just finish tying this and then I got to go start dinner. Oof. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yes, the plant table is a mess, but then I'm still planting. This is Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, thanks for hanging out with me while I work on Bubba's quilt. I will probably be working on it again tomorrow. Let me know if you want me to do a live. Take care. God bless. I'm going to go see if Gracie needs some help. Love you. Poke. Poke. What just happened?